I'm Shayla Blake, and I'm the flute instructor at Louisiana Tech University's School of Music. Today, I wanted to do a short practice session with you on our Set D All-State Etudes, one etude in particular, and you'll find it in your Boxman selected etudes on selected studies, pages 18 through 19. So you need to pause, grab your flute, and grab a pencil, and we'll get to practicing. The first excerpt I want to talk about today is from the first two measures of the etude. We're talking about the Garibaldi, the Allegro Vivo. And of course, when you start any piece, you want to present your best self so that whoever's listening, the audience, will get that good musicianship from you. Plus, you want to feel like, hey, I'm on a good start. This is feeling great. I want to keep playing. I love this. So as a composer, one of the things I love to do is break the music down to just its most basic essence, the most basic of the melodic structure for us. And when we do that, if you played only the first note of each of those triplet patterns and just made them 8 notes, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, D, something like this. That's the basic melody of these two measures. And when we see that and we get that, we can begin shaping it. So now, let's try that together 2 times, okay? Play it with me. Here we go. Ready? And. One more time. Ready? And. Yes. Now, this time, you notice we have the crescendo and the decrescendo. We don't have any indication exactly where the crescendo, how loud we're supposed to get. So when we have those kinds of situations in our music, we make that in context with the previous dynamic given, which is a piano. So I would say no more than a mezzo piano, mezzo forte when you get to the peak of that phrase, and it's more of a press and release kind of thing rather than whoa. All right, so let's try that basic melody again that we just discovered, but we're going to insert that crescendo decrescendo. We'll do that 2 times. All right, here we go. Ready, and. Once again, and. Yes, and then you can speed it up and get used to doing it at a faster tempo, which you'll be playing eventually anyway. Now, but to move on to some more information, one of the things I hear frustration about is the fingering, the key changes. The first triplet, F sharp to E sharp, back to F sharp. If you put your F sharp, you do not have to raise this third finger of your right hand. You can if you want to, and some people find that easier to do. But if you want to, you can just like a trill. Because I think Garibaldi said, I like my little melody, but I'm going to decorate it with some triplets. So he added these triplets. So a little ornamentation here. So try that with me. Ready, and. All right. And then the second half of that beat is very natural. You've done it millions of times when you trilled G to A, so nothing strange there. So you've got that. However, in the next measure, the D to E back to the D, normally we would press our pinky on the E and we would put this finger back down. At the speed that you will be playing at, you can omit doing that and just raise this third finger. Try that, okay? Once again, it's kind of like trilling. Okay? Then the next half of the measure, the C sharp to D to C sharp, treat that D like you would be trilling. And we're going to use the first trill key. Try that. Ready, and. So write these in if you need to. The ones that are helpful, use. If there's some that throw you off, don't use them at all. But hopefully this will help you. Then another way to practice incorporating those is to play just the first triplet group of each measure and keep the other half of beat 1 with the eighth notes that we discovered from our basic melody. Now do it slow. For example, okay, play that with me twice. Ready, and ready, play. Let's do it a little faster. Here we go. Ready, and all right. Then you can take your practicing to another level and do just the second half of beat 1. All right. So that our F sharp, or first F sharp, would be an eighth note. But then we would do. Try that with me once. Ready, and. And every time you do these passages, you're going to do the crescendo and decrescendo. You're just going to really infuse that into your body so that every time you do it, it's just like you want it to be. Okay? All right. Now, the second spot that we want to move to are the arpeggios. It measures 8 through the downbeat of 12. So, some of you already know about these alternative fingerings and switching back and forth. And if you do, give yourself a pat on the back and just join us in a very relaxed practice. But as you know, there are 3 ways that we can finger an A sharp or the enharmonic equivalent B flat. And 2 of those involve what we do with our thumb here. On the right-hand side, that's where we have been, kind of the default place. And because we have B naturals, we need to stay there. With the lever that depresses this key, the Briciotti key, thank you, Mr. Briciotti, for making it. It makes some of these complex finger changes really, really fun and easy. We cannot play B naturals, or we can't play the F sharp. It sounds really, really bad. So we have to know our music well enough to know when to switch and then get comfortable just sliding back and forth. So I actually have a note on the first, to myself, on the first beat, the first note of measure 8 that I'm going to slide over and use the Briciotti key. We're coming off of, so, okay? You can maybe switch on the next F sharp if you'd like, but that's where I just sort of fall. But the really, really wonderful thing is, once you get there, you finger an F sharp. You're on the Briciotti key. Your right hand does not have to move any fingers at all. It's all your left hand. So let's do it slow. Here we go. See, I'm over here on this. All right, try that with me one time. Ready, and. Let's try it a little faster. Ready, and. Once again. It's going to be so liberating if you haven't known that before. So try that in your playing. The next 2 bars, this is our last little excerpt to talk about. We do use the high F sharp. So we're like, oh, we cannot use a Briciotti key on that because this is what will happen. Not so great. But the wonderful thing is, the note immediately preceding that high F sharp is a C sharp. And we do not use our thumb at all on that. So it's an excellent time for us just to shift over. Let me just play that for you. And if you want to take it a step further, and your high F sharp, you can use this fingering with your second finger. If you're like me and my flute is sharp. Or if you want to just keep it all down and just flip it down with the other finger. Let's try that together, and we're going to stop on the C sharp, and then we're going to make our move, okay? Ready, and... Let's do that again. Ready, and... It's going to be great. So these are just some ideas about how you can practice and prepare based on feedback I've heard of frustration from students who are working on these passages. Remember, auditions are not an end into themselves. Auditions help us set goals. They help us learn new music that we may not have ever tried before. And it also helps us to know more about ourselves under pressure, what our practice techniques are like, what techniques are working, and what maybe need to be reevaluated. And so we learn these things and we take them to our lessons, or we take them to our practice time, and we become better musicians. There are many other recordings of these etudes in full, and I encourage you to listen to them. There's some wonderful ones out there, and I encourage you to hear them all in context. But I hope this has been helpful. Come see us at Louisiana Tech School of Music. You can let me know how it went, sblake@latech.edu. And I'm Shayla Blake. Happy practicing.